Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today for the 5th annual 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂 Family Fun Day. Okay, so before we get started with the ceremony, first want to start off by thanking everybody here and for being a part of our school. There are so many current and former students with their families, current staff, hired staff, T75 officials, other T75 schools are here, elected officials. Thank you everybody for being here. It truly is such a special day. So I wanted to thank, first and foremost, our volunteers. We have about 50 177 staff members and student volunteers from local high schools that volunteered this Saturday to be here in memory of Kathy and to do something special for our school. So thank you to our volunteers. Can we give them all a round of applause? Okay, also another special thank you to those that worked really hard to make today possible. Sandy, Jocelyn, Gina, Megan, and Megan 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂. This day would not be possible without all of your hard work, all the running around, and everything you guys have done to make this such a great annual tradition for our school. Today is very special because we are here for the naming of 188th Street as Kathy posed away. Seeing all of you here right now truly is a testament to the leader that Kathy was. She led our school with love, she led our school with integrity, and first and foremost, the children. So for that, we remember her her legacy and her memory forever. To her friends that are here today, thank you for coming. It's so great to see so many of you here. To her cousin Eileen, who's here representing the family, I'd like to give you a round of applause. So thank you so much. And to her daughter, Maureen, who could not be here today, but is watching live. Maureen, thank you. We love you. You have a whole school here remembering your mom, and just know how special and loved your mom was. So with that, I would like to turn this over to Principal Duffy, who has a few words.
Thank you, Ms. Malato.
It's you.
I thought it was over. It's not over. Thank you, Ms. Malatos. And welcome to the 5th annual 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂 Day. All right, that's a lot of woos. We're fine. That's a lot of woos. I apologize off the bat. I'm a little under the weather today. Probably just woke up an hour ago after getting a bout of the flu. So if I shook your hand, good luck on Monday coming to work. Good afternoon, family of Ms. 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂, current students, alumni, all of our families here today, staff, and our returning staff. Thank you for being here for such an exceptional day to honor Principal 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂. I also want to give a huge thank you to our District 75 Chief Andy Corso, who's in the crowd. Oh, definitely in the crowd. Deputy Kleinberg of District 75. All of our current District 75 leadership, our former District 75 leaders, and Ms. 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂's colleagues, district office staff here today. A huge thank you for putting all of this together is our wonderful PTA president, Ms. Bonnie 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂. She went to community board meetings at 9 o'clock at night at Bayside High School on a random February day for 2 years straight to make sure that that was up on this telephone pole. So thank you so much for that. Also, I know Ms. Malato spoke just before, but this is a year-long event to plan for. And thank you, Ms. Malatos, for your leadership in putting everything together. She does an amazing job with her team. Thank you to Ms. Sandy 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂, who we all know here at 177. Thank you, Megan 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂. Thank you, Jocelyn Payne. And thank you, Gina Rice, for their vision every single year for this special event. Today we gather to celebrate the renaming of 188th Street as Kathy posed away. So on your Google, when you Google search 177, from today going forward, just put Kathy posed away down and you will find 177. We are honoring today a remarkable educator, leader, and advocate for children. Kathy 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂 served as the principal of 177 and dedicated her life to creating opportunity for students supporting all the families here, and building a school community where every child and young adult could thrive. For those who have connected to 177, Kathy's impact extends far beyond these walls. Her vision, compassion, and unwavering commitment to students helped shape generations of young people and left a lasting mark on this community. A street name is more than a sign. It is a reminder. It tells future generations about the people whose lives make a difference. From this day going forward, everybody who passes through this intersection will be reminded of Kathy's legacy, service, and leadership, and absolute love for the children of 177. On behalf of 177, and also Councilmember and for those lives she touched, we thank everyone who helped make this recognition possible. May Kathy 𝓕𝓪 stand as a lasting tribute to a woman who gave so much to this school community. Thank you, everybody. I now bring up Deputy 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂. I now bring up Deputy Shelley 𝓕𝓪𝓏.
Thank you, Principal Duffy and the entire 177 Troop community. What an amazing, amazing event on a beautiful day. And we are so thrilled on behalf of District 75, Superintendent Dr. 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂 and the leadership team at the district to be able to be here to celebrate this exciting and wonderful occasion. Kathy 𝓕𝓪𝓏 is such a tribute to who we are in District 75. She was a woman who truly loved the students, the staff, and the families of this community. Above all, she was here in every way, shape, and form for each and every student to make sure that they had every opportunity possible to reach their maximum potential, to thrive, to grow, to learn, and to do. And a day like today is such a tribute to her legacy, from all of the people that are here volunteering and a part of this vibrant and beautiful community at 177, to those that have come back, and the number of alumni that are here, the number of retirees that are here, the multiple generations that are here to celebrate her legacy means that this is a family, this is a home, and this is a place that has continued to grow and to thrive because of the love that Kathy 𝓕𝓪𝓏 put into this community. So we are here to celebrate that care, that commitment, that devotion, and what better way to do that than for the wonderful street renaming that we are going to be able to share in the celebration of this afternoon. So I would like to again thank 177Q, Principal Duffy, the school community, Bonnie with her 3 generations that are here today on behalf of the PTA, and the amazing work that went in to this beautiful day, 5 years and running. I could not be more thrilled to be able to celebrate this momentous occasion with all of you. It now brings me great pleasure to invite to the stage City Council member Sandra Ung. We're so lucky to have our local officials here as a part of this celebration. Thank you, Councilmember Ung.
Good afternoon, Councilwoman Sandra Ung, and as a part of being a council member, I have the ability to introduce bills that can do what we do today, street co-naming, and also that bill will be passed by the rest of New York City Council. So I was first requested PTA, Bonnie right there. Even though I didn't have the opportunity to know Principal 𝓕𝓪𝓶, they told me such meaningful, inspirational stories about her, what she means to the students, her colleagues, this whole entire community. I was more than honored to introduce the bill for this coming meeting. So I really do want to give a shout out for everybody who made today possible. So much went into this. Principal 𝓕𝓪𝓶, again the PTA, the volunteers, the teachers. This is really such an amazing school, such an amazing family, and I'm really so honored to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Wong. So now I would like to bring up two very special colleagues and friends of Kathy. First, 𝓕𝓪𝓶, retired student counselor.
Good afternoon, everyone. I can talk a long time. I'm not. That's why I wrote it down. My name is 𝓕𝓪𝓶. I was a teacher here with Kathy 𝓕𝓪𝓶. I came in January of 1982. And yes, I'm old. Still looking sort of good. In any case, Kathy was a teacher here, and we taught together for a number of years. And she was just a good person to work with. Now, I worked with Kathy in a number of capacities. As I said, we were teachers, so we planned and we talked and we made lessons and different things together. But I worked under actually 3 principals. When we were teachers here, it was Robin Ward. Robin was different. Robin was the type of person, if you said, oh, why don't we do blah, 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 and she didn't like it, she'd say, that's a stupid idea. Kathy, however, was the type that said, well, that's different. Show me how it works. After Robin Ward was Joe Trance, who stayed for a while. And then came Kathy 𝓕𝓪𝓶. Now, Kathy wasn't a pushover. She would yell, she would scream, she would get mad, and I was the union rep at that time, so it was the union and the administration. And a lot of times they don't get along. A lot of times they can't see eye to eye, but that wasn't the way it was with Kathy. Kathy could be lenient even when she was mad. Kathy could be kind even when she was upset, even to the union. All right. So now, she could be sad. She could, whenever she had to do discipline to a member, she could feel bad for people and their situation. And on a few occasions, she even asked me to find a way. I don't want to do this to them. Find a way to fix it so that the staff would be okay. I appreciated that. Then, on other occasions, Kathy would listen to my requests for leniency. Sometimes the members did deserve what they were going to get. So they screwed up. But Kathy was the type that she would say, you know what? They're really bad. I'm going to do so-and-so. But I said, remember when you were a teacher? Remember when you made mistakes? Blah, blah, blah. And we'd have conversations. And Kathy would, she'd do discipline, but she'd be more lenient with it. They always didn't get what they were supposed to get. And I appreciated that. She was a great teacher. She always believed in the children. There were times, let me go back to the teachers, because I was a union. Some of the teacher delegates that worked with me, Mike Cleveland, Noah Wittenberg, God rest her, and a few others, knew the mandates that the district gave us in many areas of how they wanted the school to run sucked. Kathy and I would discuss it, and if we didn't like something, we found ways to do some of it, change other things to work for our school and our organization. And when I went to UAT meetings and other schools were complaining, the district made me do this and they made me do that. And I just sit there silent because I know we're doing it, but we're not doing it same time. And when they would say, well, what's going on? How's your school doing? I say, oh, well, you know, we're doing it. It sucks, but we're doing the best we can, meaning we knew what we were doing for 177. Kathy and I, we won a number of awards for District 75 because she was that kind of principal. She was that kind of person. Many times I'd be at Kathy's house working with her. She invited me over. We'd fight in school, and then she said, oh, come on over, we'll figure this out. And she'd cook. You know, I wasn't watching. And I'd eat. She was respected and she was loved by all the teachers. I remember a special time, Kathy, and I'm going to finish. Kathy wanted to give a teacher an assignment, and this got me. She wanted to give her an assignment. The teacher had preference. Kathy wanted to give her the third assignment. The teacher didn't have to take it. So I'm sitting there waiting for the teacher to say, I don't want that, I want my first preference. But the teacher turned around and said, okay, I'll take what you want. I'm looking at her and I said, what are you doing? I'm the union, man, come on. You don't have to do that. You got preference. You know what she said to me? I'm yelling at the member. You don't have to listen to her, right in front of Kathy. But the member said, well, Miss Poser's so nice, and she'll give it to me next year. She keeps her word and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, you know, all right. And she did. And Kathy kept the word and she got it the next year. Look, Kathy was loved by kids. She was only one of the first principals that I worked with that really knew every kid's name. Am I wrong, 177? Every kid.
Every kid.
She knew what they did. She knew the buttons that pushed to push them to do right. She knew when they were acting up, she said, oh, they need so-and-so. And I'd be like, you know this. You're not even in the classroom. But she knew. I remember when she was sitting and when she was retiring, every class from the first and second floor, you guys remember this, those who were here. It was like the Mets and what you see at the Knicks now, crowds in the hallway. She was walking through all the areas with the kids applauding her, flowers, going up the whole first floor, going upstairs, coming down. That's how excited these kids were to see this woman. It was packed. It was tremendous. She told me it was one of the happiest and saddest days of her life. The last message, and I'm closing with this, I received was from Kathy Christmas Eve, the year she died. It was a Santa Claus going around and around saying Merry Christmas, Shanice, and her message was, I'll talk to you later. I got the message the next morning she had passed. That rode with me for 2 years before I could take it off my phone. I never forgot it, and I never forgot Kathy Poser. She was my principal, but she was my friend. She was beloved by children, parents, and staff, and she deserves this honor. She deserves it. I'm grateful and I'm proud that I'm able to see it and be here. Long live Kathy Poser's life and legacy. Thank you for listening.
Well, I know that Kathy would be so happy to see all of you here today. And first of all, I'd like to thank everybody who came to help us celebrate for Ms. Poser's Family Fun Day. I had the honor of working with Kathy for many years, and more importantly, she was my dear friend. We had so many treasured memories together. She was an extraordinary principal who loved her students, supported her staff, and made everyone around her feel valued and cared for. She had a kind heart, a beautiful spirit, and a way of making people feel seen and important. We are all better because we had the privilege to know and love her. And this is truly a wonderful honor in her name. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, lovely. Okay, so now, for those of you that are 177ers, you know this tradition. For those that are visiting today, we have something exciting and fun for you. So, at every 177 retirement party, this 𝓕𝓪𝓶 writes a song for the retiree. So today I present Ms. 𝓕𝓫, who has written original song to today's occasion. Many of you have the lyrics. Please sing along.
Thank you. Joseph. Please, please, please sing with us. The tune is Glory Hallelujah. Someone is giving out ribbons to our non-speaking participants. So if you have a ribbon, please wave them in the air. We remember you, Miss Rosa. We remember you, Miss Rosa. We remember you, Miss Rosa. Thank you for all you've done. Thanks to Kathy, she was the principal of our school. Thanks to Kathy, she was the principal of our school. Thanks to Kathy, she was the principal of our school. She's always in our hearts. We remember you, Miss Rosa. We remember you, Miss Rosa. We remember you, Miss Rosa. Thank you for all you've done. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Thank you everybody for joining in. So now I would like to call up 𝓕𝓪𝓵𝔂. I want everyone to give her a huge, huge round of applause. Brayden, her son, will also be joining her for a few words about Kathy. Before I do
My name is 𝓕𝓪𝓵𝔂. I am a student at P177Q. Miss Posa was my principal. She was a great principal. She helped me and my family. She helped all the students. I am happy that she had a street named for her. I miss Miss Posa. Thank you.
Good job, Ray.
Yes, everyone, because it's sunny now. It's in the front. Good afternoon, friends. This is so exciting. I am so proud to be here today for the 5th annual Kathy Posa Family Fun Day. My name is 𝓕𝓪𝓵𝔂. I'm president of the P177 Parent Teacher Association. My son is a graduating senior who has attended this site on and off since 2015. When Brayden graduated from elementary school and stepped up to this new experience for junior high, my family was understandably nervous about such a transition for our verbal but not conversational child. We had just lost his granddaughter 3 weeks before. Principal Kathy Posa helped us immensely at that time. I still have, over a decade later, the email responses saved that she, with patience, sent to me to answer all of my many questions. I had previously heard from other parents about what kind of school P177 was. Victoria's mom would tell me repeatedly, "You're going to love it." I believe Santina, I still would. Once I saw for myself, I understood. Miss Posa knew every student by name. For 35 years at P177, she valued every child and wanted the very best for all of them. I only knew her for the few years before her retirement, but I know firsthand how she cared. When my family had an important application to make in 2017, she personally handled the paperwork for me, and I never asked her. But I had the feeling then, and I still do now, that she had handled the approval that came the very next morning.
One of my family's many favorite stories about Miss Tozer was once when the traffic light on the corner right down the block here went out. She herself stood in the intersection directing the cars until authorities could come for the repair. She would not risk one of her travel training students to cross an unsafe street. A good principal sends an AP to carry out that task. The best principal does it herself. My son had to leave 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂 in 2019, the same year that Ms. Poser retired. My mom and I were able to see her one more time at her retirement party that spring, where 360 people attended on a Wednesday evening in Howard Beach. I don't even know 360 people. But so many admirers of her decades of work with students with autism and special needs wanted to be there to honor her and to wish her well. I was naturally upset to hear Ms. Poser passed in 2021, so shortly after her retirement, I wish she would have had more time. I never forgot how she helped my family during two very difficult challenges. When my son was able to return here to his second home once again in 2022, the school was still under incredible leadership with our present principal, Mr. 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂. I will always be grateful for all that the school has done for my family. For two years ago, my PTA met with our wonderful city councilor, 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂, to propose this co-naming for street corner Kathy Bay. I give a shout out to my PTA sisters, James Long, Miss Canada, and Miss Long, who were part of that application process from the very start. City Councilor was generous with her time. She agreed that this would be a worthy project. I, on behalf of the parents, thank her and smile when I think of how we realized at that meeting that just a few years ago, Miss was an honors math student in my mother, B. Scholar's math class at Flushing High School. That connection would not have been made without Ms. Poser. I also want to thank Chief of Staff Alexander Hart for his steadfast support in seeing this wish come true. Please also let me thank Community Board 11 for the unanimous proposal of this application. Thank you to Assistant Principal Ms. 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂 and for Mr. Steve Minster and all the staffers who attended the Community Board meeting earlier this year for their support. I want to give a special greeting also to Ms. Poser's daughter and to her grandchildren. Let me tell you what you already know. Your mom and grandmother was the best. Parents of children with special needs never ever forget who shows them kindness and who goes to bat for their sons and daughters. The population of District 75 can be challenging and too often by outsiders misunderstood. Ms. Poser had a special way of making you feel accepted and supported. You knew when your child set foot inside this school that they would be safe, they would be cared for, they would learn, and they would be happy. What else can be asked for? Thank you to all who are attending this special event. Even though my family will be leaving 𝓕𝓪𝓶𝓲𝓵𝔂 soon, whenever we drive by this corner, we will smile and remember the most wonderful woman who is a guardian angel on earth to us and now from above. Ms. Poser, we miss you. We love you. Thank you.
Okay, before we pull the sign down, Eileen, I would like to welcome you up. So we have Kathy Poser present here. We're very lucky to have her here tonight. She's a keynote.
Thank you, everyone, for being so hospitable. I'm sure Kathy appreciated that, especially. So I knew I was going to be the final speaker this afternoon, and so I predicted that all the good stuff was already going to be said, and you would hear words like generous, selfless, dedicated, loving, caring, compassionate, and kind. And those are all the words that our family uses to describe her. Nobody here mentioned cozy or fun though, so I wanted to offer those as well. Those were from her grandchildren. I'll just share one anecdote that I think is applicable. When I was the age to leave home and move away, Kathy pulled me aside after dinner one night and reminded me that I would always have a place to spend the holidays. No matter where life took me, my presence would always be welcome with her. That was a standing invitation for the rest of time to be loved, cared for, and generously showered with kindness and hospitality, asking nothing in return. I felt pretty special. Who else could be this lucky? Well, I think probably all of us. Not just her family, but everyone here at 177, her second home, her students, her faculty, her building staff. Everyone she encountered regularly likely understands this standing invitation from her to be welcomed, cared for, and loved. When Kathy was 9 years old, she told my mother that she wanted to be a special education teacher when she grew up. Momentarily, a street sign will be unveiled to confirm that she realized this dream and surpassed it with all the passion of a 9-year-old who thinks or who knows that they can change the world, or at least thousands of lives for the better. Every day going forward, I hope this sign can inspire us all to live our lives from a place of compassion and love. A place of compassion and love, because that would be the Kathy Poza way.
And now I would like to invite a few students up to help us pull down the sign. So, we have our beautiful cheerleaders here. I would like to invite Ryan, Victoria, Tyler, Braden, and David. We love you, we miss you, and thank you everybody for coming here today. We're very excited to go down the sign. Thank you everybody for coming today, for being part of this day. From now on, 188th Street will be known as Kathy Poza Way.
Good. How are you, honey?
I'm here every day. Where's Daddy?
One step back.
I want to get the Thank you for speaking. Tyler, that's our green. Give me a fun I'm second fiddle. Oh, you're so much. Guys, can we take a picture? Oh, sure. One. One, two. He's got it. Big smile.
It's heavy.
Miss Molly should hold this thing too. Can I give this to you to take a picture for you?
Stand here, don't. You got enough hands? Here, Josh.
Another one.
Okay, don't move, Molly.
I think I still do. All right. There you go. We'll stand in the center. Oh, Yuki! There we go.
Okay, get really close. Really, really close. 1, 2, 3. Don't move, don't move. Hold it. Hold it. Is everyone good?
I got it.
Very good.
I just wish you good. All right. The audience is great.
All right, I'm going to go find Peter. I left the poor man over there.
All right. Because I don't have a diagnosis. You're next. They're next. Okay. Oh, Sandy. Sandy, come on. Come in here. This way. Sandy, this way. Good night. This way. This way. Not on you. We're trying to get
Very close. Okay, ready? Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Move, don't move.
I got it. You go in the picture. You go in the picture.
That's lovely.